Cross-training is the term used to describe anything you do for sport or exercise to enhance your primary sport, in our case running. I'm going to be talking about things that you can do to cross-train on the Wrinkled Runner channel today, so stay tuned. Hey running friends, Wrinkled Runner here. If you've been running for a while and not doing anything else, you may be interested in working in some cross-training to make you a better runner. Not everything you do that is active is cross-training though. For example, when I strength train with dumbbells, I'm trying to build muscle to help my body keep on running. When I play tennis, I'm just doing it because I love to play, not because I'm trying to improve my runs. When I first started running over 14 years ago now, it was only one of the things I did to try and become active. I didn't love it. It wasn't a sport for me. It was a tool to burn calories, since at the time I was trying to lose about 40 pounds. I didn't care about cross-training until I started to run almost exclusively a few years later, and I was trying to get faster and build more endurance. Using the same muscles over and over will certainly strengthen them, but the ones you aren't using will still be weak. Cross-training works those muscles, and strengthening them will give stability to the ones you are using for the run. When I work my core and do ab exercises, like planks, I'm strengthening the part of my body that keeps me balanced. Being balanced is pretty important when running. I also think cross-training is important because it gives you something that you are capable of doing if you have an injury that won't allow you to run. So when I had plantar fasciitis, it got to the point running just wasn't an option for a while. So spin class was my cardio fix then, and because I had already started doing it long before I was injured, I didn't have to learn another sport. I could just jump in and just up the number of classes I took in a week while I was recovering. Speaking of spin class, cycling is a great cross-training sport for runners. Obviously, the leg muscles get worked in a different way, and also the glutes and the calves. So taking a spin class was one of the first things I did when joining a gym, and I was really surprised at how much it improved my running. My advice for spin class, though, don't do what I did and think that you are invincible because you run. Underestimating what a spin class is like is actually pretty common, and I almost passed out. The teacher had to come over to me in the middle of class and instruct me on how not to pass out while she was still leading the class for the others. So it was pretty embarrassing. When the resistance is up on the bike, don't try to pump your legs like you're escaping from a monster. How I got into trouble, though, was I was pumping my legs really, really fast when there was no resistance. So your heart rate can climb dangerously high, and that's what mine did in both cases. So don't get off the bike if you're feeling faint. That's a recipe for disaster. Slow it down to a crawl and then keep turning your legs as you slowly bring the intensity down. Once you've been taking a class for a while, you will get better and better at it, and you'll be able to up the intensity safely. Purchasing cycling shoes was the best thing I ever did because my feet kept getting numb. Keeping my foot in the right position was just too hard in the cages, but the clip-in shoes kept everything where it should be. Of course, cycling outside is also a great option for cross-training. Bike share programs are springing up all around the country in a lot of cities, and we have them here in Buffalo. So you don't even have to purchase a bike in some cases. For fun, try cycling one of your running routes and see what things you notice that are different than when on a run. Swimming is also recommended quite regularly as a cross-training activity for runners. Getting winded in the pool is my problem. My arms need to strengthen up, but swimming is helping those muscles improve, and I'm getting better. Aqua running is also a way to rehab after an injury. So again, knowing the basics before you need to learn something new can be beneficial for you to keep up your fitness when you can't run. During a long winter, if running outside is impossible due to the weather, the elliptical is what I use. I don't like the treadmill, so unless I have to do a run for training, I'm on the elliptical. It's more gentle on the legs and joints as well if you are dealing with an injury. Now, the stair stepper is also a good cardio choice, and it really gives those legs a workout. If I'm running the next day, though, I'm pretty careful with how long I'm on it and how much the resistance is up. Remember, a cross-training exercise is used to benefit your running. So if it's making it harder to run the next day, it's not beneficial. You don't want to kick butt on the stair stepper only to slow your run or have to quit because your legs are fried. Now, there are times when I do strength training, say squats, and that will make my legs sore for a few days as my legs get stronger. But as my legs get stronger, that happens less and less. So you may have a harder run after doing some kind of cross training, especially if it's new. If you are always struggling to run every time you're doing something else, though, you may need to back off a bit and see how you do. Yoga is the final thing I do to cross train. I've talked about using Viparita Karani, and I'm not sure if I got that right, but as a recovery tool, and that's your legs up on the wall. But yoga is great for incorporating flexibility into your body, which runners can sometimes not have enough of. I cannot bend over and touch my toes, for example. Just make sure you're not being stretch or pulled too much that a strain happens. A good yoga teacher will listen to you, and if you say stop when they're guiding your body, they should stop. I've had both good and not so great instructors. You know your body, and again, anything that is going to keep you from realizing your running goals is not a plus. As always, before starting anything new, it is a great idea to talk to your doctor and get his or her advice on whether something is going to be good for your body. Next week, I'll be talking about knee pain in the older runner. Now, studies have shown that running does not ruin knees, but there are various reasons why we may be experiencing painful knees. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it. Videos come out every Wednesday. I'm a running coach living in Buffalo, New York, and besides the Wrinkled Runner YouTube channel, I have a blog and a podcast. You can check out in the description box for links to both. You can also sign up for my once-a-month newsletter that covers everything that I put out the previous month and links to resources that may be of interest to you as a runner. I answer running questions from many people, and those help me with what to cover across all the Wrinkled Runner outlets. If you have a question, you can email me at sherry@wrinkledrunner.com, and I'll try to help you or point you in the right direction. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the run.